Good morning, Facebook. How you guys doing? You see, I have a lovely married couple that actually owns a business. Now both of you guys doctors are just Karleena's doctor as a doctor.
She's just a doctor. I'm just Dr. Cool. No, I'm just coming down. She's a
Okay,
doctor.
so we got Dr. Karleena and Dr. Cool.
Yeah, just kidding.
Karleena and Darian Mcdaniel. I'm just so happy you guys are the owners of Problk Health. We're gonna go into kind of questions about building the immune system for the community. I actually met you guys. I didn't even tell you this, but I actually met you at We Buy Black convention. I was there kind of just, shopping with vendors and stuff, just really trying to get a little time in and see all the Black businesses that are out now. So now I am a official customer of you guys on auto ship for my vitamins. I think I got some coming. It probably in my PO box waiting on me to go pick up, actually, because I seen the email. I just but I'm almost out. So guys, I actually use their vitamins and love them. I actually have referred them during Black History Month, and I know that I have a personal friend who actually battles with lupus, and she said she switched to your vitamins and she could tell a difference. Really? So I just wanted to give you that feedback. So guys, as you come into the broadcast, make sure you share this out. Let me make sure I'm that we can see each other on Facebook. And if you can introduce yourself, kind of tell people your background, I'm gonna make sure everything looks good on my end.
Sure. So I'm Dr. Karleena. I've been a physician for about 15 years now, but I've been a weight loss surgeon for obesity for about 10 years now. And we're down here in Atlanta. And part of the reason why we kind of started this company was based on the fact that I work in minority communities. Even before I came to Atlanta, I was in DC at Howard and working in the emergency room and seeing patients. It just is so frustrating, and it really breaks my heart to see so many of us that are young in age but old in disease. So the issue is, or something that, we were talking about, how can we, improve health awareness? Because a lot of it is lack to attention on preventative care. We use the emergency room as a primary care. We wait till it's fallen off or bleeding before we seek assistance. And just the advanced stages, what makes it almost too late to intervene. So how do we encourage people and teach people and motivate people to start while they're young and able to try to prevent or at least decrease the devastation of a lot of these illnesses that are plaguing our community?
Wow. So, Darian, go ahead, give us your background.
Yeah, I'm Darian Mcdaniel, and I'm her husband. I've been in media and marketing for about 25 years, and branding and marketing and advertising, sales. So we kind of put our powers together to come up with a brand, come up with the marketing. So it was kind of a tag team thing that, she definitely had the passion, and me as well, but kind of putting it all together with the designing and getting out there and trying to find an effective way to reach the people in the community.
Okay, so it sounds like the perfect team, because then
absolutely,
I always wish I had a marketer, because I don't like marketing at all. So
let
me just be the nerd, behind the scenes. I hate marketing, so that sounds like the perfect team. So guys, let me give my little spiel. So if you find this later on, make sure you share out this broadcast. You may have this information, but you want to be sure that somebody on your timeline who doesn't have this can hear this information. These two are very passionate about health of the Black community, so I wanted to have them on. I'm just very appreciative that they took the time out of their busy days and busy schedule to get on here and talk about health. So let's get right into this conversation, because I know you got a lot to share, Dr. Karleena. So I would say, first off, what do you think may be, because you said a statement when you were doing your introduction that you see people that are young but old in disease. So what is like one of the main things you see in us that develops pretty quickly, I think, or is happening constantly? We may not be aware of it.
I see a lot of diabetes, and I see a lot of high blood pressure in patients 20s and 30s. And to me, that's very young to have those chronic issues, because the issue with diabetes and high blood pressure and obesity, because obesity is really a chronic disease, is that typically, if it doesn't go checked or you don't take any measures to try to improve it or to reverse it, it just continues to worsen. These aren't things that just magically disappear. And they typically you don't feel pain, or you don't have any issues that you can verbalize or even appreciate until we're at advanced stages. So you don't have high blood pressure until you start off with a little bit high, and then it goes a little bit higher, and then it's really high. And that's when we typically see people. So it's about recognizing that we want to try to stay as close to normal as possible, but you're not going to start having the ailments or the headaches or, you know, the strokes until you've been dealing with this for a long time. So when I see it, oftentimes it's not even super high, but it's higher than what a 20 or 30-year-old should be. And they don't take their medications, or I don't believe in medications, or I never knew, or I don't go to the doctor, or I don't have insurance. There are a lot of reasons, and a lot of them are systemic things that I think we're not going to solve immediately. But for the things that we can do, you know, I think diet and exercise are things that we can manipulate on a daily basis that don't require a lot of outside resources. But we don't know what's good for us. We don't take time to read labels. We're not educated on just what nutrition is. A lot of times we eat for taste. We eat to feel stuffed. We don't understand that you can eat a whole fast food meal and feel full, but your cells are still starving. And that's why oftentimes you're hungry right away, or sooner than you think, but your body is malnourished. There are obese, malnourished people that I see all the time because their cells are not getting the nutrients and the supplementation that they need. We're just putting calories in.
Wow. So a lot of empty calories, it sounds like.
Yes, exactly.
Right. So I wonder, so like and this is like interesting, because I was going to say that I know a lot of men don't like going to the doctor. It's interesting to bring that up.
Yeah.
And I know that me personally, I have like dated two guys, and I could tell a change in they were not obese or anything, but I could tell that that they had developed something. They ended up developing diabetes.
Mm-hmm.
But it was due to their diet, because they, like, one would eat a lot of fast food when they were at work, or one would like love to eat peppermints. And so like I just noticed that they would urinate a lot. Mm-hmm. And I was like, something's wrong. Like, you used to didn't have to go to the bathroom that much, and then they end up both finding out they had diabetes.
Yeah, and that's one of the common first symptoms is peeing a lot, because you get the sugar that's in your body tries to eliminate it. So it tries to pee out the sugar.
Wow. So yeah, so I just wanted to kind of share that story, because a lot of people may feel like they don't have something or whatever, but it could be things your body is telling you that you do have something, so you need to go to the doctor and check on it, right?
Yes.
So I kind of wanted to say that, just kind of real life it a little bit, so people can really think about those. Now, what are other things that I did? By the way, I posted their website up above. So if you guys watch this live later on, make sure you check out the website up above, or if you're like on YouTube or somewhere else, it will be in the title. So make sure you check it out. As well as I did post your immune deficiency guide. Hopefully I said that right.
Yeah.
So,
yes, you did.
Okay. Because I am not the doctor, so hopefully I said that correctly. But I love that guide, because one day I was reading it, just looking at different things, so you can tell like what you may need more vitamins of. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was really good. Can you kind of like give us just a short version of what that guide entails and what that how that's helpful?
Sure. So you know the old saying, give a man a fish, he eats for a day. Teach him how to fish, he eats for a lifetime, right? So sometimes when you're just told things, but you don't understand why or how, it doesn't stick and it's not real, it doesn't mean anything to you. So what we wanted to do was to kind of break down, well, what is a vitamin? What is a vitamin A? What is a vitamin D? What is a vitamin B1 versus B6 versus B12? And then breaking down what those different vitamins and supplements do, because really our body is a machine and it's just built of different processes and reactions. But each vitamin is kind of like a cog in a wheel to make something else happen, to get the end product of whatever our body is metabolizing or doing. So to be able to explain what each one does, I think is important for maybe somebody to say, wow, that's important. And then we say, well, if you're deficient, what are signs that you may be deficient in something? Different vitamins can lead to skin ailments. Sometimes say, well, I just always had bad skin, or I just thought it was wintertime, so I had dry skin, or I have a new rash, or, you know, my hair's been thinning. Maybe it's because of what I do to my hair, but maybe it's not. Differences in your vision, such as like vitamin A, can cause night vision issues. You might say, oh, maybe because I just need glasses. There's certain things to kind of be able to introspectively think about things that you may be dealing with that may not be, I don't want to say normal. They're not normal. That's what it is. They're your normal, because oftentimes we get used to feeling how we feel and don't understand what good or better is.
So true.
So to kind of let people say, look at the list of symptoms they could be having and say, maybe this could be a deficiency. The only way to really tell, though, is to get blood work so we can analyze your levels. So it's not to diagnose anything, but just to maybe say, maybe I have some of these concerns, and let me go to the doctor and just get a physical, because I haven't been in a few years.
Right. Okay, so yeah, so that's good. So like if you having skin issues, I think even if you kind of have weird breakouts, yeah, I feel like that could be one. I know for me, I had stopped eating red meat a long time ago, so I ended up developing anemia. But I learned that from just because I used to donate blood a lot. Like when, you know, they come to your job and stuff like that. So I used to go to the truck and they were like, oh, your iron's too low one day when I went. And I was like, what? You know?
I never had that before.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've never had any issues.
Yeah, it's so amazing that we just don't know. One of the big vitamins that brings attention that I think big in the community is the vitamin D deficiency. You know, that's so big because D is derived by the sun, and melanin blocks absorption of D. And then the other place is dairy, and a lot of us are lactose intolerant. And vitamin D is so big to your immunity. People always think when we're dealing with COVID-19, it's about vitamin C. It's really about vitamin D, because that protects you from actually getting, boost your immunity so you won't get the virus as easily. So that's a big factor. And then just getting our vitamin levels. I think what was key is that people just don't know what feeling good feels like. You know, just like you said, you started taking the vitamins and you start feeling better. You know, you had a friend who was taking the vitamin, they start feeling better, but you just don't know that. Like you said, we're just not taught that we have to have these levels where we need them to be, and trying to break that old wise tale, not old wise tale, but thinking that, you know, I'm just eating, so I'm full, so I must be getting what I need, you know. And I think that the COVID-19 has really like pulled the blanket back on our health and our community, because now we see that we are deficient. You know, one of our things is that, you know, 90% plus African Americans are deficient in at least one or more vitamins. And some people are like, oh, I can't believe that. I don't know it. I'm like, the blood work doesn't lie.
It doesn't.
The CDC. But some reason we just in a place where we just think we know everything. But now with 19 has come, now you realize we're the ones who are the sickest. We are the one, you know, even when we're naming a company Problk Health, people are like, well, why Problk Health? Because we're the sickest. We need the help. You know, I want to focus on our community. Even when we're trying to, you know, get loans for the company, people say, well, why are you just going to target the Black community? Just make it something general market. And it was just our passion to say, man, we got to do something about our community, because we are the ones who are really suffering. And I think that unfortunately with COVID-19, a lot of lives are lost, but, you know, it makes us realize that we need to be pro-Black health. You know, we're concerned about our health. And so that's why we tried to come up to make a product to where people can invest in their own health, and then but while giving it back to the community, because 50% of our profits go back to nonprofits and initiatives that focus on health and healing in the Black community. So it's a way to invest in our own health and invest in the health of the community as a whole. So it's just kind of like that, hopefully that just double whammy, that win-win that we can get behind to make it happen.
Yeah, and that's one reason why I was like, okay, I'm going on auto ship for something. So, because when I see that, I'm a big person about the community and giving back. And if you guys have any questions, if you come to this live, even after this live is over with, go ahead and drop them in the comments below. I did tag Darian, so he will be able to answer the questions for sure. We'll check back alive later. But then also you kind of brought up a lot of good points talking about, COVID-19, that we're currently under quarantine, and the vitamin D, which I have noticed that vitamin D is becoming a real big topic right now. Or it has been a little bit from what I understand really before this, because a lot of people are learning that they're vitamin D deficient because maybe they don't get a lot of sun, and like you said, it's hard for us to take in the sun, and now we're all in the house, and so that's going to make it even more vital that we're not getting vitamin D in. So you definitely need to be supplementing. And I know that I was watching, I think it was an Indian doctor actually talking about how vitamin D was critical to fight the virus just here recently on YouTube. So so you want to definitely get the vitamin D. You actually have Problk Health here, so you can order your vitamin D from them. I do like that your vitamins are definitely focused on our community, and you said that we suffer the greatest. And we know a lot of it's systematic because of the air and the way that our communities were developed.
Absolutely.
Through chemtrails, different stuff like that. And even just that we have food deserts in a lot of our communities. So we don't even have the access to healthy food. I won't even get on that. But sometimes I can get in a tangent about it. But, so it's very critical that we understand the vitamins and what we need to intake and what we can do, like growing our own food if we don't have access to the healthy food, which I'm challenging myself to learn during this whole quarantine thing. So I got bottles and everything around the house because I want to learn how to grow under any condition. So it's like critical, and it's really easy, guys. Like, so I suggest that you really do it. Now, what else do you guys have that you want to share with the audience today?
Well, we could talk about the different vitamins that we have. That'd be a good place. Speaking of, and I'll do one and she'll do one. Speaking of vitamin D, our vitamin D is called Sunny Days. So you see the name. Then it's recommended by Dr. Karleena, her picture's on the back. And this is a great vitamin D. It's 2,000 IUs a day, which is very much needed. Like you said, that we get our vitamin D from the sun, and our melanin blocks it even when we're out in the sun. And then our lifestyles are so indoor with TV and working. And also the other main source is dairy, and how many Black people are lactose intolerant. And so if you ever had your aunt or something go to the doctor or your mom or whoever, or they take your blood work, can you answer the question, the one vitamin that they say that you're deficient in when you're Black? Vitamin D, right? When they do your blood work. So this kind of gets you there. It's a great flavor. It's a mango strawberry flavor. This is our gum. All our gummies are vegetarian. They're plant-based. So that's very good too. And then I'll let you do the next one, babe.
I think we have 3 multivitamins. When I say 3, 1 for women, 1 for men, and 1 for children. And the women's is called Queen Essentials. The men is King Essentials, and the kids is Young Royalty. And the thing about a multivitamin is that it's going to give you a good general base of everything. So your A, B, C, D, some zinc, some B12, some biotin. So this is like your bottom basic kind of just baseline of what generally people need or could benefit from. Again, you would need to get your blood work checked to see if you need to take more than just what the basic average people need to take on a daily basis. And sometimes once you kind of catch up, you can go back to maintenance. But a multivitamin is more of a maintenance everyday vitamin. I'm going to add that to my diet, my healthy lifestyle. But it's a good way to get started to kind of fill in those gaps, because even people who are vegetarian or vegan, what we tend to forget is that we are living in a very industrialized society. So we've been using our soil and adding fertilizers and growers and additives to build up crops. What we're doing is we're stripping the soil, where even the produce coming out of the ground doesn't have the same nutrition value that it did maybe 50 or 60 years ago. So even with your best efforts put forth, we're not getting the same nutrition that we did, back in the day. So even then, there's oftentimes a lot of deficiencies in people who, just eat vegetables or mostly vegetables. So it's a problem for a lot of people, no matter how hard they try.
Wow. Yeah. So I was going to actually show your website So that's what I was kind of doing, so we can kind of go, because the vitamins, let me make sure I get on the vitamins first. And then let me share my screen really quick.
Oh, can I do one more vitamin for
yeah, sure.
Okay, so we have a melatonin called Wanna Go Night Night. And a lot of people have sleep issues, whether it's falling asleep, staying asleep, but while you sleep is when your body has a chance to heal. A lot of people will lay down in the bed. A lot of people will think they're sleeping, but you're not getting deep sleep. So sleep is even in different levels. You have superficial and you have deep. Only in really deep sleep does your body like repairing itself, resting up to really fight another day. So with sleep being such a big part of our immunity, because you have to be restored to have an immunity response, we do offer melatonin, which is a sleep aid, and it's more natural than, let's say, an Ambien. But it is good if you're having sleep issues.
Okay. So yeah, I did notice that, because I was thinking about getting some for my daughter. Sometimes she has, sleep, but she works like a weird shift. So I don't have a problem going to sleep. I sleep. I don't know. It's maybe because I do
That's
a lot.
A good thing. That's a good thing.
I go to sleep. My body be like, oh, it's time to go sleep. So I sleep. So I don't have that issue. But I want to definitely show your website real quick, because it's very user friendly. And also, I love the fact I did have some questions on some of your vitamins. Cause yeah. So can everybody see? Yep. Okay, I can see it's showing. Now, what I will say is that one question that I really looked at, because I think this is going to be one of my next vitamins, was the hair, skin, and nails. What is the difference between your vitamins and the vitamins I go buy in the store? I'm gonna be devil's advocate today, so answer that question.
Sure. Okay. Be the devil. I see the devil every day at work. So, the thing about, so we have, this is our advanced hair, skin, and nail formula. So it definitely has what most hair, skin, and vitamin have are excess or have a lot of biotin in them, which is one of the B vitamins, which helps the protein synthesizing cells in your body. So that's what our hair and our nails are made out of, is protein. So really bolstering those up. But we also have a proprietary blend. So there are other cofactors that we've added to this vitamin to make it more robust. So it's almost like an entourage effect. So biotin is good, but biotin plus folic acid and horsehair mane and A, B's, and C's kind of add extra, because most in our body, for every process that happens, there's a main process, and then there are like secondary and tertiary processes. So really being able to target those is what having a more comprehensive hair, skin, and nail vitamin can do. So that's why we picked an advanced formula, because it's going to give you more bang for your buck to add other stuff besides just biotin.
Okay, nice. I think I know the other one we already talked about, Sunny Bees. Wanna Go Night Night. I think I seen a weight loss or weight control one. Did I?
No, we're working on it. We're working on it. We're trying to find a really good formula that really works. So that's why our vitamin line has kind of been rolling out slowly, because we're trying to make the best of the best. But you're on a really good one right there. The Not Your Mama's Greens.
Okay.
That's a good one. And that's
talk a little bit more about that one.
Yeah, that's an organic superfood. So 14 fruits and 14 vegetables. It's a way a lot of people want to find a vegetable way to get their A's, B's, C's, and D's. And this is a great way to do it. A great way to supplement, great for vegans and vegetarians. So it just allows them to have a great organic formula. These are tablets and they're not gummies, but they're really, really good.
Yeah, that's the first thing I noticed, guys, when I actually got my first bottle. I was like, oh, this tastes like candy. So I'm gonna have to make sure I don't like pop them like they're gummy worms.
Absolutely.
Overdosing on vitamins.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they are really good and really tasteful. So that's one thing I definitely noticed when I got my bottle, that they were different than the ones I usually buy. Well, taste wise for sure. And then, like I said, I feel like that I'm definitely leveled out now that I have been taking the vitamins. So I'm gonna stop sharing. So guys, any last minute thoughts for our viewers? I try to keep our lives to 30 minutes because I don't want it to be too long.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I know you have a discount that you're giving out to anybody that catches this live. This is going on the chamber. It's going to go a lot of places.
Yeah. It's live.
Discount for a week.
We're giving a discount code to all the greater Augusta, all the people, everyone, who can hear this. I know this is part of the Black Chamber of Commerce of Augusta. So we're going to use their initials.
MY.
And so
MYGABC 25.
Yeah.
And
so
so
MYGABC 25, and that's going to give them
25% off.
So I'm ordering my vitamin D today because I get 25% off.
Yeah, 25% off. So that'll allow you 25% off for the next 7 days. It gives you a little time to check it out. We got great reviews. We got some great vitamins. We also would like you to join our mailing list via email because we're going to be launching quite a few more lines. And I hate to just say vitamins because we're really a vitamin wellness company. We're really wanting to create a brand that's really a lifestyle around being healthy in the Black community because it's so important. And so we can start, it's really a movement. I always say it's not just a vitamin company, it's a movement. And so we want to eventually grow the brand to where when you think about healthcare products and you think about health, you think about Problk Health. And that you realize that every product you buy, that 50% of those profits from that product will go to those nonprofits and initiatives within the Black community focused on health and healing. So I always ask people when you pick up your vitamins or your healthcare products, let's ask about what those companies are doing in our community because it's so key. I was talking to my aunt about this really quickly, but sometimes we buy products and we don't even know that they may be donating to a political party that we don't believe in, or they may be channeling their money to go play golf or building whatever, but they're not doing anything in our community and we're steady supporting them. And I think one thing about the economy stopping with COVID-19, we realized that the dollar does matter. Without our money, this thing don't run. And so that means that every dollar you spend is so important and you need to know where you spend it and who you spend it with, and what are they doing to better your community? Because us as a Black community, we have to do it together because no one's gonna look out for us, but us. So that's why it's so important that we felt as a couple that we wanted to start something that was about our community and giving back to our community. How about you, babe?
No, I think that's pretty much what we're all about. And I think, as you mentioned earlier, that this virus has really kind of put a spotlight or even a floodlight on what we've already known, but never, I think, put to this level of attention on a big stage. And, nobody will fight for us but us, but we also have to understand that we have to be strong enough, literally as individuals, and then as a community to do that fight. Because if we're all sick, if we're all on dialysis machines, if we're all stuck in the house because, our obesity is affecting us, if we all are on insulin pumps, if we're all stroked out, then again, they win because we can't even fight our own battle and they're not going to have sympathy that we can't fight our own battle. That's just, okay, good. They can't fight their own battle. Stay sick for all we care because they're going to continue to do what they do. So it's almost like they can use our illnesses against us because we haven't fought back to try to be better, to change that narrative, to be healthier, and then to the next level on however big a stage that we decide to. But we must understand, the government, politics is all about who is the majority and who has the money, and that's who's going to get the resources. So until we can start, lobbying for ourselves, and that's not, sitting on the sofa, fighting for ourselves. Some of this is going to be real activism. It's going to be about going to people and talking to them and persuading them. But we have to be physically able to do that. So literally come within ourselves, and then we can kind of branch out and spider to form, our communities to have that strength.
So I always think about I travel a lot. So they always tell you, when they give you the little thing, the airplane stewardess tell you, secure your mask first.
Yes.
The community's mask. So you always got to think about pretty much what Karleena and, is it Darian or Darren? Am I saying it right? Darian.
Darian. That's no problem.
the McDaniels are letting us know that we got to secure ourselves first, and then we want to secure the community, because like you said, it's so important that we begin to advocate for each other on a global, not just local, state, and national, but even on a global scale, because we see what's happening on a global scale, even with people with black skin. So there's a lot of things that are occurring just because we're dealing with COVID-19. But it's for us to realize where we need to improve at. So take the opportunity to take notes and improve.
Yeah,
I want to tell everybody. And this is the time to get started, right? You know, you can really make changes that will truly build your immune system, build your strength, help you to lose weight. This is a good opportunity to kind of take that intake and begin to do those things. I know a lot of people are stressing about, you know, starting a business, do this, do that, get a new skill. But I thought it was critical that I do these lives during the month of April. You guys are one of my special guests during the month of April, but I have therapists on that are on every Monday and Wednesday. We did boxing yesterday. So I have a lot of different things going on because I want people to focus on themselves first. I'm a big business entrepreneur person that I like to build, but I understand it really focuses on how I am as a person first. So these are all the things that I truly do practice on a regular basis that keeps me up going, so I can do all the things that I need to do for the community and for myself and for my family and for my significant other or whatever. But if I focus on me first. So this is why I'm choosing these different lives during the month of April to help you to kind of center yourself and really focus on you. So these are all the resources, guys. I gave you therapists. I got you a doctor on. You got some vitamins now. I done gave y'all some fitness coaches. I'm telling you, like
everybody's kind of needs to do their part as well. So you know, let's just keep the momentum going like a fire, you know?
Yeah. So guys, go ahead and give your follow information out so everybody can follow you. I appreciate you. Make sure you share this broadcast. I know everybody's not up yet, but I know I'm an early bird. So I had to get this out. I know people will share this later on as you come into the broadcast. Make sure you share this out. Be sure that you let everybody know. Order you some vitamins. Take advantage of the discount. Check them out. I will say that. They do have auto ship. So that way you don't have to worry about, I'm out of vitamins. Like I'm out of it, but I know it's a bottle waiting for me in my pantry.
It's waiting on you. I seen it go out. I seen it go out.
I seen the email. I just haven't went and got it yet, but I'm gonna go get them probably today. So I'm gonna take my little time and go out today or do something.
I hear you. Well, thank you so much and I'll give them out, but I just wanted to thank you so much for supporting us and meeting us and giving us an opportunity, enjoying the vitamins, enjoying the effect of the vitamins, and appreciate the mission. But if you guys want to get in touch with us, our website is www.Problk Health, PROBLK health.com. We got social media. We're on Instagram at ProBlack_health. We're on Facebook at Problk Health. We're on Twitter as well at Problk Health. So you can definitely find us. Our contact information is there as well. Like we previously mentioned, we have a vitamin deficiency guide on there as well to help you understand. And just remember that some of those profits go back to the community. And let's start to be healthier. Let's show them who we are. And let's start with ourselves. And I love the statement where, like in the airplane, I'm going to use that. Secure your mask first, right? And then we can help each other. And thank you so much. Anything back?
No, thank you still so much for this opportunity. As I said, we love to help educate and encourage people. But my biggest thing is let's prove them wrong, because they think we're not. They think we're gonna lay dead and let it happen, and it's business as usual. But I really want to stunt on these people and be like, no, we healthy and we fighting and what? Like that's what moves me. I just want to go. I want to get them so bad.
I agree with you. I will agree. I agree with that sentiment. They really are counting on us not making changes. I will say that. I will agree with that. So yes, let's stun on them. I'm going to end with that. And everybody have a great weekend, a great rest of the week. Thank you guys so much. I'll send out this information. I'll share it everywhere, and I'll send you guys the links. You guys have a great day as well.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.